game going through a little bit of a dull period at the moment, but I'm sure things will be picking up at any time. Now, they started off at a furious pace, and we're just on a little lull, and I think it could be the lull before the storm.
Hoist for Rangers. Ferguson to Nisbet. Ferguson again. Derek White, the long ball for Craney, headed away by Goff. Well, a little bit of a tussle between Craney and Goff. I think the referee will want a word with the two players. Goff got his head to the ball, then there was a bit of a shove by the player, the arm coming up there, and the referee will have a word with both players. He's already spoken to Goff, now a word with Craney, who scored Celtic's opening goal last week.
That was a problem last week, wasn't it? You know, flying elbows, and I think the referee, quite rightly, is making a point here, trying to stamp it out.
Stern word with the Rangers skipper. Check. Nice hitting, good long balls out of defence. Well, Davy Dodds taking Joe Miller right out of the game. Well, this was so much of the problem last week. The referee immediately calling over the Rangers player.
I don't think Dodds can complain, really. Joe Miller was flying through, and he did deliberately pull him down. In fact, he's a lucky boy he's not been sent off.
So Dodds shown the yellow card for that incident. And Gary Stevens watching Paul Elliott. Easily taken by Chris Woods. Header off, out jumping Craney. Ferguson forward, away by White. Collins. McNally. Dodds running into trouble in the shape of Paul McStay. And the ball going behind for the goal kick. Again, Celtic looking very sharp up front. Rangers ball. Nisbet, McCoist. Well, Elliott to Bonner. Slightly risky, but they get away with it. So half an hour played, Celtic leading by 1-0. Tries to Nisbet. Playing it into space for Spencer, headed behind by Elliott for the corner to Rangers. And Rangers will be looking to play more balls like that into space for John Spencer because of his tremendous pace. The corner coming over the header. Richard Goff's header cleared off the line by Paul McStay.
There was a combination of McStay and Bonner there. We can probably see it here. And I think probably Bonner just got in front of McStay there to knock it away.
Well, Bonner taking another knock, but again Richard Gough showing how dangerous he can be from set pieces. The corner coming in from the right. Gough climbing above them all, the downward header. And Bonner right across, getting cover on his left-hand post.
I'm always amazed, at Richard Gough. He is so dangerous in the opponent's penalty area. He's a fantastic header of a ball, and he gets in corner kicks and free kicks. And yet, in his own penalty area, I always find that he's a little bit suspect. And I think if you look to last week's goal, Rangers fans might accuse him of not getting to the ball when Celtic scored the first goal. And it is always a strange thing when I see him play, how more dangerous he is in his opponent's half.
So Gough still on the edge of the Celtic penalty area as Nisbet takes the corner. Swept away by Anton Rogan. Fine running into trouble. Ferguson to Nisbet. Challenged by Rogan, the free kick to Rangers. Well, Scott Nisbet certainly causing problems for Celtic on the right side of the field. He's been pushing further and further forward throughout this first half. Starting in the right back position, but pushing forward out every opportunity. Here he is with the free kick headed on. Great save by Bonner. Well, the flag up just below our commentary position. As John Spencer was coming in, but the flag going up and the free kick to Celtic, the ball headed on. Bonner just stopping it. But the flag had been up, spotted by the referee.
I don't know why the flag had gone up. The linesman obviously had seen something we didn't. But Rangers are getting closer and closer by the minute, and certainly putting Celtic under some pressure now.
McNally for Celtic. Up by Gary Stevens.
Chris Woods have been kicking the ball up the centre of the field, and he's done it again, and he's got Nisbet out here, who I'm sure, being a big fellow, might be a better ball to play.
So Spencer going for the line, but failing to keep the ball in play. Ali McCoy's getting a nice little touch on to Spencer, but not quite coming off for the youngster. Battling away with Darius Dovcek, trying to go on the outside of the defender, but the ball just going behind. I think Ian Dovcek as well looks more comfortable just playing behind the markers. That's a position he's played in a lot for his country. He was more exposed at left back.
Well, that's correct, and that's why a long ball played over the top is it's always difficult for the forwards, because the sweepers are covering the hole.
Dodds for Rangers. Looking for Mo Johnson. He's out jumped though by McNally. Cowan running the header forward. Get out by Dovcek. The ball out of play for the throw-in to Rangers. Tommy Craig, the Celtic first-team coach, giving some instructions.
Tommy telling him to play football, which is a good idea. That's what the game's supposed to be about.
Coyne. Challenge from behind by Ferguson. Free kick to Celtic. Ferguson apologising. Coyne taken from behind. So 10 minutes of the first half left. The offside flag going up against the Celtic strikers. Well, we couldn't ask for a better afternoon for football. Beautiful sunny day. Nisbet for Rangers to Spencer. McCoy, Nisbet.
But at least the ball from the goalkeeper found Nisbet. He got the head on, and he created a little chance for themselves. You can see he got up there, nodded the ball in, followed and got the ball back. He tried one on the outside of his foot, didn't get enough bend on it, but Rangers are looking at this particular point the better side. They're having more of the ball, they're playing the football in the Celtic half of the field, and Celtic for the moment seem to have died off a bit.
I think Rangers will look on a draw here today as a good result if they can just battle their way back into this game. Give them a bit of a cushion in the Championship again. Jerry Craney, I should say, winning the throw-in for Celtic. Craney against Dodds, and another throw. And Davy Dodds, of course, played many years at Dundee United, then at Neuchâtel in Switzerland and Aberdeen, and joining Rangers for £100,000. McNally's cross. Ball breaking forward. Going behind for the goal kick. Well, an awkward moment there for the Rangers defenders. As Coyne and Craney push forward. Now he's sweeping the high ball in. The downward header. Spackman for Rangers. Spencer with the shot. Well, Pat Bonner scrambling a bit and looking none too happy with his defenders. It's good play by John Spencer, and had the confidence to have a go. Good control there. Looking around for some support, decides to have the shot at goal.
Not a million miles off target, and as I say, Rangers are playing much better football this week, aren't they? They're knocking it around, and I think the combination up front with Johnson, McCoy and Spencer are looking quite good for them.
Anton Rogan running into trouble, giving it away to Nisbet. Now it's Spencer. Well, Spencer playing the early ball into the Celtic penalty area, hoping that Ali McCoy would be there. Davy Dodds conceding the throw-in. Quickly closed down by Cowan. Gets the corner for Celtic. Tom Cowan put on as a substitute last week, just 21 years of age, and no doubt finding this atmosphere a difficult one to deal with this afternoon. Not to mention Joe Miller. Well, again, Elliott up there with Stevens. Anton Rogan. Free kick to Celtic. The challenge by Gary Stevens on John Collins. So it's quickly taken by Celtic. Well, Darius Dobchik trying the shot. Of course, he scored the second goal last week. Tremendous shot, which came off Terry Hurlock. And I know manager Billy McNeill and coach Tommy Craig constantly honoured him to have a pot at goal. In fact, he's been a bit of a Scottish Cup mascot this season because he also scored in the tie against Forfar. The referee is calling over Tommy Coyne. A bit of a tussle there with Richard Gough, and it looks as though Coyne will be booked. There's Coyne's challenge. The referee obviously not happy with it, and now speaking to the Celtic striker, so the yellow card shown. So Dodds of Rangers and Coyne of Celtic, both booked. Played 13 games this season. Now it's Cowan for Rangers. Long throw. Well, he was looking for the head of Richard Gough. Elliott doing just enough to put him off. Coyne getting away from Spackman and winning the throw-in. So 4 minutes of the first half left. Away by Dodds. Free kick against Paul Elliott. Just getting out of the dugout. He's had some instructions to his players. Richard Gough well forward. Out jump by Elliott. Spencer. Elliott again. Now Elliott and Gough topple to the ground. The referee jumping in between the two players. Well, another flashpoint developing as the ball was cleared. The players squaring up to one another. Elliott there getting involved, putting his foot in. Gough showing a bit of retaliation, and the referee calling the players over. Now he's told Elliott to move to the side, and he's going to speak to Richard Gough. He's already had occasion to speak to the Rangers captain.
Actually, this has been simmering for the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes between these two. And corner kicks at the other end of the field as well. There's been a little bit of toing and froing. And the referee, in fact, is saying that. You know, I was watching you getting on down at the other end of the field as well. So I don't think either can complain.
The yellow card shown to Richard Gough. So 2 minutes of the first half left. Well, despite all the warnings after last week, 4 players cautioned in this first half. So, the ball played by Dobchek to Bonner. Graham Souness looking rather stern. Spencer. Dobchek cutting it out. Looking for Tommy Coyne. That was too ambitious. So we're inside the final minute of the first half, plus of course any injury time to be added on by referee Smith. Celtic will just want to keep things calm and keep that psychological edge as they head for the dressing room at half-time. The throw directed at Ali McCoist. Out of play by Anton Rogan. So just seconds remaining. It's always a good time to score in an Old Firm match, but just before half-time, well, could be vital. Gough's up there again, but a foul by the Rangers player on Paul Elliott. So we're now into injury time. Flashpoint there between Tommy Coyne and Richard Gough. Both players booked. You'll have to be careful. That's Mo Johnson for Rangers. Cowan. The referee calling over McNally for a late challenge. And the referee beginning to lose his patience. Challenge there on John Spencer. So Mark McNally becomes the third Celtic player cautioned. They'll play just over a minute of injury time. Rangers have the free kick. Richard Gough well forward again as Nigel Spackman. It's a high one into the penalty area, well taken though by Pat Bonner. And there goes the half-time whistle. Great cheers from the Celtic fans. Anton Rogan very much the hero of the hour, scoring after just 7 minutes. So the half-time score here at Parkhead, Celtic 1, Rangers 0.
Gordon, your first half impressions?
Well, I'm sure Billy McNeil will be delighted to begin in 1-0 up, because he'll be a little bit concerned as well the way Celtic have drifted out the game. First 20 minutes, Celtic well on top. Joe Miller causing a lot of problems, but since then on to the half-time whistle, Rangers have come back very, very strong at Celtic.
Well, the only goal of the first half then, Gordon, in the 7th minute, as early as the 7th minute, Anton on the end of it for once. What did you make of it?
Yeah, well, it's got to be down as a Chris Wood's mistake. It's the difference between the two sides just now. Tries to climb over Tommy Cowans, drops the ball, and Anton pokes it in. But really, he sets himself high standards, Chris Woods, and he'll be very, very disappointed to concede a goal like this. Dithers a little bit, him and Cowans, and it eventually falls over the top of Cowans and a Celtic player, and Anton just knocks it into the net.
I mean, fair and square, Gordon, he dropped it. He wasn't hampered by
I don't think
Celtic
it was
player.
impeded in any way. I mean, Jerry Crane is in front of them there, but you'd expect goalkeepers to come over the top and collect those balls.
Well, Celtic charged on, and then Crane himself came close from a Joe Miller pass. Celtic were pushing at this stage.
Yeah, well, this is when Joe Miller was causing Cowans a few problems early on in the games, although Cowans come back at him now. He's getting a lot of crosses in. Jerry Crane coming in at the near post, and it was very close to 2-0. But Joe Miller, as I said, in the first 20 minutes, been causing a few problems. But he's drifted out of the game a bit.
Rangers on the rack at this stage, Gordon.
Yeah, well, as I said, early on in the game, but there's been a lack of service to Joe Miller as well. It's obviously not Joe Miller's fault, because if you give him the ball, he's having such a purple patch in the last few games that it's going to cause people problems.
We've been saying, Gordon, Scott Nisbet's been doing a lot of good work up and down the right-hand side of the field. They came back into it. His crossing's effective. One coming up here, Mo Johnson on the end of it.
Yeah, well, the problems Joe Miller was causing Rangers earlier, and Scott Nisbet started doing that to Celtic. I mean, it just took a little terrific crosses. It just takes a little deflection off the defender's shoulder here. Good little header.
Good move by Graham Souness playing Nisbet in this position today.
Yeah, brave move, playing three at the back again and bringing David Dodds in, which nobody expected at all. And it's paying it's paying dividends in the fact that Scott Nisbet's getting a lot of good stuff into the Celtic penalty area.
Nisbet again involved, Gordon, creating a chance for Ali McCoist this time. Now, we both thought this was in.
Yeah, it's a roll we didn't expect, but here you are. I mean, it could quite easily give a penalty against Paul Elliott there, because Paul Elliott lifted his boot very, very high. You might get a better view from this angle. It's yet again a lovely cross in. Comes right over to the back post. It looks as if Ali's got a free header, and oops, Paul Elliott, I mean, he's got a heck of a long legs anyway, but it looks as if he impeded him slightly.
It's getting a wee bit ill-tempered, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's what, 4-5 bookings now, and I think both managers will be stressing at half-time just to keep cool. They don't want to repeat of what happened in the second half last week.
OK, Gordon, we'll take another break there. Coming up, more from Gordon and myself, the second half of Celtic against Rangers, live from Celtic Park in Glasgow. Rangers continued to press towards the end of the first half. Richard Gough came close with a header.
Yeah, they were looking the team most likely to score getting towards half-time, and if they continue that in the second half, I mean, this is a downward header for Gough. That Pat Bonner, it's a terrific save for Pat Bonner, although in saying that, if you see here, hits the ground. I think Paul McStay would have cleared it anyway, but Pat Bonner wasn't taking any chances.
Then John Spencer's turn. I mean, he's caused a few problems, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's been a bit more dangerous than the two internationals that he's playing alongside up front. I think this one, Ali's saying here it was over the line, but in actual fact, the far side linesman had gave a free kick anyway. And as you can see, it wasn't over the line. Paddy Bonner's body was, but the ball wasn't.
OK, Gordon, well, Anton Rogan's goal is the difference between the two sides at the moment. It's Celtic 1, Rangers 0. Let's go back for the second half now. Over to you, Jerry.
Thanks, Jim, and welcome back to Celtic Park. Both teams coming back onto the field. And just a quick look around. No sign of Any substitutes? Celtic have Andy Walker and Steve Fulton on the bench. Rangers have Sandy Robertson and Peter Haustra. So Ian, your view on that first half?
Well, I thought Rangers had more of the game, played probably the better football. Celtic started brightly, then just sort of tailed off, and I think Rangers have been dominating the game, so I think they really don't deserve to be a goal behind.
So there's the striking partnership so many Rangers fans have wanted to see all season. McCoist and Johnston. They get the second half underway. Johnston with 19 goals to his credit, McCoist with 18. Well, of course, it's an important afternoon for Rangers in terms of the championship. Also a very important afternoon for Celtic because of that result at Tannadice yesterday. Celtic can close the gap on Dundee United to 3 points this afternoon as they chase them for a UEFA Cup place. And of course, third place guarantees one of those UEFA Cup spots. And Davy Dodds in the early action, sending the ball out of play. He's put under a bit of pressure there by some slack passing. Nice little turn by Paul McStay as he gets away from Spackman. Well, Tommy Coyne and Richard Goff are getting involved again off the ball. Coyne fell to the ground there, still play going on though. And you really do get the feeling that unless some of these players tidy up the ranks, we could have an ordering off. There's certainly been clashes throughout the game between Coyne and Goff at one end, and then Goff and Elliott at the other. And the referee will have no option next time but send someone marching. Nelly for Celtic, the ball coming off McCoist. Davy Dodds doing well to Spackman, away by McNally. Now it's McStay. Miller challenged and winning the throw-in for Celtic. McCoist didn't quite know where the ball was, but he gets a second chance at it. Headed away by Dovchak. McCoist again to Mo Johnston. Ball by Johnston. Ferguson backed up by Stevens. Away by McNally. The shot going in, taking a slight deflection. Ian Ferguson striking it. Man with a very powerful shot. Ian Ferguson battling his way back into this Rangers side after a spell of illness and injury, which has kept him out of the game. In fact, this is only his 9th game of the season. So now it's Goff for Rangers. Spencer stretching for it there, losing out though.